Next News. Breaking news.
Welcome back to the Next News Network. I'm glad you're here. And if you watch to the end of this video, there's a special gift just for you. Let's get into it because Watergate brought down a president. What if I told you that scandal was just a warm-up act compared to what we're now exposing? Senator Ted Cruz just dropped a bombshell in a Senate hearing that should have every American demanding answers. Arctic frost, you may have heard of it. See, that's the code name for what may be the largest political surveillance operation in American history. We're talking about the FBI, the DOJ, and yes, the former Biden administration reaching into the private lives of thousands of American citizens. See, Watergate, they broke into one office. This operation, it touched tens of thousands of private communications. And here's the kicker. If President Trump hadn't won in 2024, you would have never have known about it. Now, let me be crystal clear about what this means for you. See, it's not just about politicians and political organizations. It's about the fundamental right of every American to participate in the political process without fear of government retaliation. Think about it. They subpoenaed donor lists. That means if you wrote a check to a conservative cause, your information could be in a federal database right now. You see, they violated attorney-client privilege, the most sacred protection in our legal system, shattered. Nearly 200 subpoenas targeting over 400 Republican-aligned groups and individuals. Trump's campaign, the RNC, Save America PAC, America First Policy Institute, even My Pillow. Because apparently, a pillow company is a national security threat. Bank records too, emails, personal data, all hoovered up by federal agencies that were supposed to protect your rights, not violate them. And the Democrat senators? Not one has stood up to confirm this abuse of power, not a single one. When Nixon did far less, Republican senators held their own accountable. So where's that integrity today? Speaking of fighting back against a system that wants to control you, I'm going to share something personal that changed everything for my family. You see, for years, my wife battled chronic pain and anxiety from her diagnosis. We went through endless doctor visits, treatments that didn't help. Watching her struggle daily, it broke my heart. Then Jonathan Otto introduced us to red light therapy. Her pain vanished, her anxiety lifted, and now she's sleeping soundly, full of energy and life again. My own recovery and vitality, better than guys half my age. It's been truly life-changing for our family. You see, this is not some fringe treatment either. It's backed by NASA research and FDA cleared. Studies show rapid pain relief and recovery benefits that the mainstream medical establishment does not want you to know about. Just like they don't want you to know about Arctic frost, they don't want you taking control of your own health. Visit myredlight.com. It's linked below, and make sure you use the promo codes exclusively for Next News viewers. Now, let's get back to this explosive testimony, because what was revealed will make your blood boil. And this is what really gets me. Article 3 Project Senior Counsel Will Chamberlain was asked point blank, what crimes did Arctic frost actually uncover? His answer, none. Zero. They surveilled thousands of Americans, violated their constitutional rights, shredded attorney-client privilege, and found nothing. This was never about justice. This was about crushing political opposition. And Chamberlain dropped another truth bomb. We only know about this because Trump won. Those records were locked away in prohibited access files only available to the FBI director. A Democrat FBI director would have buried this forever. Take a look at this. Data Rebels posting. I watched the entire hearing today. The American citizens need to grasp the enormity of the violations by the FBI. The DOJ and the Biden administration in the Arctic frost investigation. Watergate was a parlor game compared to the gross infringement on American citizens' rights. Listen to Ted Cruz.
50 years ago, this nation was confronted with an abuse of power. And it responded not with indifference, but with accountability. I'll tell you one of the big differences of Watergate versus Arctic Frost. When Richard Nixon and his corrupt attorney general and his corrupt administration abused their law enforcement powers to go after their political opponents, Republican senators stood up to the president of their own party and defended the rule of law. Where is even a single Democrat senator who has said one word about this abuse of power?
Where are they? Nowhere to be found. Ted Cruz blasting Democrats for not calling out the DOJ's abuse of power. When Richard Nixon and his corrupt attorney general and administration abused their law enforcement powers to go after their political opponents, his fiery stand leaves us with a question: how does Arctic Frost stack up to Watergate? Mr. Chamberlain weighs in on the vastness of the violations. Listen carefully.
Mr. Chamberlain, aside from the legal violations, what specific crimes, if any, were actually uncovered as a result of the Arctic Frost investigation?
I'm not aware of any crimes that were uncovered.
Would the senators, donors, organizations, and individuals who were surveilled and subpoenaed have ever learned about the Arctic Frost investigation had Trump not won in 2024?
Probably not, mainly because of these non-disclosure orders, but also, I mean, the fact that a lot of these records we're now just learning about them because they were in these prohibited access files only available to the FBI director. So if the FBI director was a Democrat, there's no reason to think we'd know about them.
How would you compare the scope of the violations in Arctic Frost to Watergate?
I think, if anything, it might even be greater. I mean, the scope of this in terms of the sheer number of people and organizations affected, and as I discussed, I mean, this brazen violation of attorney-client privilege, wiretapping a phone call between Susie Wiles and her lawyer, these are egregious offenses. And you know, if Watergate was just about a single break-in, I mean, this is effectively, compound that by 200.
Compound that by 200. Susie Wiles and her attorney being wiretapped. Now, his comparison sets the stage for a deeper dive into the alarming impact of Arctic Frost weaponization. A3P Senior Counsel Will Chamberlain on the impact.
Mr. Chamberlain, I want to come to you. Talk for a minute about that danger of the expectation of weaponization, the effect and the impact, pardon me, that has on conservatives, and what Congress needs to do to make certain this doesn't happen to anybody, whether it's a liberal or a conservative. It seems that we have a witness who is fine with it happening to conservatives, but I'm sure he would not be happy if it happened to a liberal.
Well, it's a very big worry that you're effectively, demeaning the First Amendment because you're crushing the rights of people to engage in political advocacy. If the underlying threat is, if you do this for the wrong side, we're going to bring federal law enforcement to bear upon you.
We'll bring it upon you. As Chamberlain highlights the threat to our First Amendment, Cruz takes us further by detailing the intrusive nature of Arctic Frost.
Then, in the fall, came the nearly 200 subpoenas. We're talking about information pertaining to hundreds of entities and individuals. Over 400 Republican-aligned groups and individuals, including the most sensitive categories of personal data, gathered, retained, and in some accounts shared across offices. Watergate was about a handful of files in a single office. This reached into tens of thousands of private communications, emails, records, and personal data. Toll records, bank records, donor lists, law firm records, and other personal files relating to every major conservative organization were subpoenaed. Who were the targets of this? Donald Trump's campaign, the RNC, the Conservative Partnership Institute, Save America PAC, American First Policy Institute, and even MyPillow, because God knows we have a national security threat from rogue pillows threatening our country. Watergate broke into an office. Arctic frost reached into the private lives of thousands of Americans.
My pillow is a threat to America. Let that sink in. See, this is the moment of truth, America. Will Chamberlain said it best. Arctic frost may be even greater than Watergate in scope. Let that sink in. We're talking about a systematic weaponization of federal law enforcement to demean your First Amendment rights. The message from the former Biden administration was clear. Engage in political advocacy for the wrong side and we will bring the full weight of the federal government down on you. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is sworn testimony. This is documented evidence. This is the deep state caught red-handed trying to destroy our republic while claiming to protect it. President Trump's victory didn't just save his campaign, it saved the truth from being buried forever. So patriots, this is exactly why we do what we do at the Next News Network. See, the mainstream media won't touch this story with a 10-foot pole because they're complicit. They're covering for the same people who orchestrated this assault on American liberty, but we're not going away. We're going to keep exposing the truth until every American knows what was done in their name with their tax dollars against their fellow citizens. So I need you to share this video right now. Get it to everybody you know. And comment below. Tell me, do you believe the architects of Arctic frost should face criminal prosecution? Yes or no? Let's get the conversation going. And now that free gift I was talking about, congratulations. You made it to the end. And this is it. Text raw feed to 844-840-4963. Not many people make it to the end of the video, but you did, so you deserve this. This is how you will bypass the algorithm. This is how you will finally get the notifications you've been waiting for from this channel that never arrive. Because I will be able to send a message from me to you, directly to your cell phone, with the breaking news you deserve. If you want to show your support for independent journalism that actually fights for you, check out the Next News merch shelf below this video. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet. Tap the notification bell, because maybe it'll work. And remember, the truth is our weapon, and we're only getting started. For the Next News Network, I'm Gary Franchi. Stay informed and stay free.
The system controls information. Information control is power.
They don't want you to see this.
The truth only survives together. They don't want this shared. Share this now.